All right. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are coming in. I think we're all hilarious this morning. Good way to start the Tuesday. So hope everybody's smiling, ready to take on the day. Our word for today. So if you're just tuning in, like over the last little bit, we said this yesterday, but we're going to hopefully through the month of December, we're going to start like kind of moving in a direction where a lot of the words are geared around really thriving in a lot of different ways as we approach 2023. And so if you've got words you want to look at, please send them to Andrea so we can get them on the list. We can get them on the docket. Like we want to look at those words you want to look at. But the word for today is pride. Pride. And I want to tell you, I love this word selfishly for me today. Okay. As I was looking at it and sending Andrea my notes, I'm like, this is perfect. And I'll tell you why. Because it's twofold. If you look at the definition of pride, the first one is a sense of one's own property, dignity, or value, self-respect, pleasure of satisfaction taken in an achievement, possession, or association. So I immediately went to, man, I love to take one of the biggest compliments I get sometimes, and I love it. It means a lot to me, is when somebody comes across one of my properties, they're like, man, you really take pride in your properties, you know, a groomed yard. It's weed eated. It's painted fresh, you know, it's kept up, you know, and it just made, when somebody says something about it, it's just worth its weight in gold for me. Rick Redford posts pictures all the time of his backyard. I love it. It's beautiful. But you can tell looking through those pictures where most people might look at the mountains and all this. I'm looking at his backyard going, there's pride taken. I can look at it. I can tell, like I can see pride in people's belongings or not pride. Car. You get in, you know, you don't have to throw yourself under the bus this morning, but are you someone that takes pride in the inside, keeping it clean, keeping it washed, keeping it, you know, Alan just cut off his screen. I don't know what that meant, Alan White, but okay. Do you take pride in your profession, work, you know, like is that a pride point? Now, here's where I went with this. I've had moments in my life where I could say, yes, yes, yes. And I've had moments in my life where I could say, no, 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 I don't. Would you agree with that? It depends on kind of where our headspace is on that side of pride. And then the other side of pride is arrogant, disdainful conduct, haughtiness. What does that mean? Well, I went to these two things. William Blake said this about first pride. Pride is a personal commitment. It is an attitude which separates excellence from mediocrity. Pride in my home, pride in the cars I drive or get to drive or have the opportunity to drive. Pride in my profession. The second pride, Ezra Benson said, pride is concerned with who is right. Humility is concerned with what is right. Who am I currently? See, I could say on this side of pride, I've been at both places where I feel like I've had times in my life where pride is concerned with who is right. I'm right, you're wrong. And we're going to go to battle with it. And I've had times where I've felt like I was in a great headspace where I walked through the day with humility. To me, humility is always, if I could pick out of this story today, the storyline of pride, I would say, man, I want to have pride. I want to have pride. I want to focus on taking pride in my health, in my belongings, in my profession, in my spirituality, I want to take pride in that. Meaning, I want it to be the best it can be. Maybe it's a Ford Pinto that I'm driving, but man, am I taking pride in that Ford Pinto? Rick and Jane Briefs, they're smiling about the Ford Pinto talk. Am I taking pride in my health? I want to focus on taking pride in my health, my belonging, my profession, and my spiritual walk. But I want to walk the journey of life with humility. I believe the person that can achieve this, I said this yesterday, Todd Rowland always says, it's hard to line up your health, your belongings, your profession, your spirituality, your relationships all together. It's hard to do all that. That's why it's a task. It's an ongoing task forever. But man, if I could pick the person I want to be, it's the person that daily could win the day surrounding myself around focusing on taking pride in my health, my belonging, my profession, my spiritual walk, but walking through the day, walking on this journey with humility. I believe that person is destined for greatness. So Andrea, that's where I went this morning with pride. Great for me. I hope it added some value to you guys.
Well, so much value, but before we go any further, you need to sing a little song because Melanie Gusler, today is her birthday. So wanted to say happy birthday, Melanie.
Happy birthday, Melanie.
Happy birthday. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll
do
sing
that
after,
at the end.
Happy birthday, Melanie.
I got to get my voice right.
I saw some comments in the chat, so I may or may not have just ran to Facebook to go check. So love that. Happy birthday. So we'll sing you a little song at the end. So I love this lesson too. I went in the direction of take pride in yourself, be your own person. And that's Jack Lambert. And I feel like every day I'm on Coach's Corner and I'm saying, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. But I feel like I am coming on Coach's Corner, and I want that to be my universal message, because I think we live in a world that says, improve yourself, improve yourself, improve yourself, buy this and get better, right? And we can all have space to improve, but we should all love ourselves right where we are. So having that positive self-image, healthy self-esteem is essential to our overall well-being. And one way to help build that is to build in self-pride. And I don't mean the ugly stuff that Coach a little bit, touched on, like the hubris, the things that, the pride before the fall, that negative thing. I'm talking about, kind of, if you go look at Aristotle, the quote that you can find is pride then seems to be a sort of crown of all the virtues, for it makes them more powerful and is not found without them. Therefore, it's hard to be truly proud, for it's impossible without nobility and goodness of character. So pretty much you got to be a great human in order to feel self-pride. So if we're working hard to be a better human, we're going to have more pride in ourselves. So how do we do that? 3 quick ideas on how we can just love ourselves a little bit more, have a little bit more pride in ourselves, and feel that pride when we're walking around. So first of all, do something you thought you couldn't. Do something hard. And that brings me back to Billy Grady and his first marathon. Like, do you guys remember? And he's still doing it. The way his shoulders went, like they were back, because he was so proud of himself for taking on a challenge and fighting for it and getting through to the other side. Lance McAllister, like, can you imagine? I can't even fathom doing one portion of the Ironman, let alone all 3, and the pride that you would feel. Yes,
Andrea, and I thought about me.
Yes.
When I went to that steakhouse that time, and you got to eat that big porterhouse steak, and you got it for free. Does that count? Okay. I was just sorry. Squirrel. Is that not the
Yes,
same?
that counts. If you made my eyes water right there. If you ever have been in an eating contest and you ate the steak, out here we have the rattlesnake saloon. And if you eat like a 2-pound hamburger, you get it for free. So you could have a lot of pride in consuming all of that. So yes, coach, you can be proud for that too. So do something hard that you thought you couldn't do. Great job. Great job. Next is practice appreciation. And we talk about gratitude a lot, right? Like feel gratitude, look around, all the different things that you're grateful for. But another way that you can put it is appreciation. So in Coach's scenario, he could take the time to appreciate his belly, that it was able to hold all of that. What'd you say, a porterhouse? Whatever it was. So take the time to appreciate the different parts of you that are able to help you accomplish what you accomplish in the day. Take the time to appreciate the humans that are in your vicinity and how they truly benefit your life, and not in a selfish way, but just the joy that you have in your life because you get to share your home with your babies, or that you have coworkers that when you walk into the office, you smile when you see them, or you jump on the coach's corner and you get a good laugh. Just take a moment to appreciate the different things in your life that bring value. And by you focusing on that appreciation of others, it truly helps you appreciate more about yourself. Next, give. Give, 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 give. And any way that you can. So it may be that you don't have 2 nickels. Okay. So financial giving is not something you can do, but you have a little bit of time. So maybe you go through your neighborhood and you look at that home that perhaps isn't getting a lot of pride poured into it right now, and you mow the lawn. Maybe you offer. I don't know how you do that nicely, but you could try to help a neighbor in a time of need, or bring a hot dish, or sit down and have coffee with your dad and just let him complain about everything under the sun. If your dad is like my dad and just really enjoys that, and that's fun for them. So you're giving your time. Maybe you go to a senior citizen home and give your ear, or you read to the kindergarten class. Whatever you can, find a way that you can give. And maybe it is financial, but find a way that you can give, because I'll tell you, the pride that you feel in yourself when you give something you value away. Like, I'm not talking about cleaning your closets and you could go to the dump or, the woman's home. Give things of value, hand them away. And then lastly, be authentic. When we pretend to be somebody else, we're telling ourselves that we're not proud of ourselves. Every time we put that filter on Instagram, I've been guilty of it, right? We smooth out those wrinkles. We're like, wow, they just disappear. It's so nice. Every time we put on a filter of ourselves in any way, we are telling ourselves, I am not proud of you. So work a little harder to be a little bit authentic, to be proud of yourself. So thank you for this one, Coach. I see you giggling away over there. So this was a fun one. I've enjoyed it. So
I got caught up in the filter process you were talking about. So loose them. No filter. Loose them.
Listen.
So no. We love you guys. Melanie, I hope you have an amazing day. Happy birthday to you. And we love you guys. We're grateful for you. Have a great Tuesday. See you back tomorrow.
Love you guys.
Have a great day, everybody.